Okay, so on here, if we want to make a box and whisker on it, the first step is that we would arrange from smallest to largest. So we would have 3, 4, 5, 7, 12, 14, and 22. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so what would be my median? Okay, the median would be 7. And that would be quartile 2. So now you take that out, and I'm looking at the data to the left. I'm looking at the data on the right. And I'm taking the median of that. Not the average, the median, the number in the middle. So now 4 is quartile number 1. 14 is quartile number 3. Now I draw a graph. Thank you, I zoomed in so much. And it's 3 to 22. Okay, I should also put that. My minimum is 3. My maximum is 22. And I'm going to go up by 2s. Okay, so I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and I'll go to 24. Now you put points in for all of those values. So 7 would be right here. 4 would be here. 14 is way over here. That's my box. It's made up of the quartiles. So I'm going to draw my box here. And I draw a vertical line at quartile 2. Then I go to the median, or to the maximum, which is another point. That's a whisker. And my other whisker is 3. My box didn't turn out so hot. But do you get the idea? And that forms the whisker. This is quartile 2. This was quartile 1. And this was quartile 3. I don't know. Very good. Okay, any questions on that? Okay, so down here, an outlier is an item of data with a value, with a value very different from rest of items in data set. It's kind of like an outcast. It's way out there. So if I have all of these, okay, the outlier, if it asked for an outlier, it would probably be 21. To me, it's not that far out there, but that's what they would be referring to if they'd find the outlier of it. Now, the one thing that wasn't on it is about percentiles. So please put this into your note taker. A percentile is a value that divides range of data set into two parts such that the part below the percentile contains a given percent of the data. I'll let you copy that down. And we're going. Okay, so if you look at this one, an example, and this is something in your homework, find the 30th and 90th percentile, and we're going to add a couple of numbers here, otherwise it doesn't work out, that we left out. Okay, so the first step you do is I added 11 and 16. The first thing you do is order your values. Arrange them in the order. So I'll have 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 23. And I made sure I had all 10 values, that I didn't leave anything out. So out of the 10 values, I want to find the 30th percentile. So the 30th percentile of 10 is 3. So I look at this and I count 3 data, 1, 2, 3, and that means that 15 is the 30th percentile. Kind of goofy. It's not 13, it's the one after it. And let's look back at the definition of it. It's a value that divides a range of data set into two parts such that the part below the percentile contains a given percent of the data. So the given percent of the data is 3. So below this number, it has to contain 3 data. So if it was 40%, the number would be 16. But 30 is the 30th percent. Kind of crazy. If I would ask you what is the 90th percentile, you have 10 values, you'd multiply by 90. I made it real easy, so you're looking at 9 values below. So if I count 9 values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, what would my answer be? 23. Excellent. 23 is the 90th percentile. And in a way, if I wouldn't have studied this, I would have said, oh, it would be this one, and that's 100%. But it has to be 90% of the values are below it. And this is 90% of the values are below that number. What if it was 100%? I don't think you can ask that question. I'm not sure. I'll look that up. It always has to be a percentile of 100. Okay? So, because you wouldn't know what the next number is. It always has to be below the set of data, so how could you go 100% below because you don't know what the 110%, the next number is? Okay, so that would be a question that wouldn't be asked. I was thinking the same thing, honey. Okay, so now check this out. This is on your blackboard, and I am going to take, if you have your graphing calculator, take it out. It's under course documents. I believe I put it under. Or I might have put it in chapter 6 and 12. Could you check that out on the blackboard too? So I don't remember where I put it Saturday. Okay, so right here, let's look at this data. Let's look at these 10 values. What you first of all do, first clear everything, because I don't know what I have in here. So clear your screen. And here, maybe we can put the little steps here. Clear. Then you go to Stat and you go to Edit. And you enter your data. Yeah, I will. Sorry, I'm not, now that we're out of that fine print. There we go. Enter data. So if I'm going to enter these 12 numbers down here, I'm going to go to Stat right here. I'm going to Edit. And I'm going to enter those as a list. 12, enter. 17, enter. 21, enter. 15, enter. 19, enter. 23, enter. 13, enter. 11, enter. 16. I'm doing these down here, and 20. And you should have 10. I just did these down here that we just did in the last example. Okay, so then we go to step 2, and we quit. And like I said, this is on Blackboard that you can put in. So we go second mode. Is everybody done with entering the data? Anybody I need to wait for? You go to second mode. This is pretty cool. Okay, then you hit statistics. You go over to calculate. Remember when we did the regression lines? You press 1 for variable stats. This is the statistic window. Press enter and check this out. This is your mean. Down here in 12.4 you'll be learning about your standard deviation. Okay? But what's really sweet is scroll down below this. Keep scrolling. And look what it gives you. It gives you your min. It gives you quartile 1. Your median is your quartile 2. Here's your quartile 3. Here's your maximum to make a scatter plot, or to make a box and whisker. So that gives it all to you. You know how to compute it by hand. You can also check it on your calculator. So everything comes from the statistics window. You edit by entering your data. You calculate, press 1, the var stat, and that gives you your mean. It also gives you all of the information to make the box and whisker plot. Pretty sweet, huh? Okay, so that's it. And I was just going to try something else. I just saw something, so let me just try it myself first. And then we'll go over homework. Yes, I think I'm good. Whoopsie. Nope. Oh. Who was that? Okay. No. Okay. Never mind. I'm going to talk to Karen. Okay, later. Okay, so we're done.